Every human being does things for one or two reasons, either because it gives them pleasure or it helps them avoid pain.
A person who has the need, they find it amazing to fix somebody that's broken, could potentially not feel or have the same value for that person once they're fixed, because their love
that's so
is
true.
fixing.
Yes.
So I can't treat you with the same love when you're fixed and whole versus when you're broken, because I find you being broken amazing.
When the project is over, then what?
Then what?
Guys. Welcome to 8 at the Table. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. I know a lot of y'all be hating in the comments, but we like that too. So y'all know the crew. We have a special guest, but let's go ahead and get our crew introduced. We got Mandy and Rico.
No. Rhoda R.
And we're recording on the first Thursday of Gemini season. Just wanted to say that.
Yuck.
Apparently it's her birthday, guys. Like
Thursday, yeah.
of anything. Cause I didn't even talk about Pisces or
Yeah, no, they know how I get about them. My Gemini.
Wait a minute, y'all. We have I would say y'all know the voice, but y'all haven't even heard him talk yet. So I was just talking to him about like how crazy his voice is. So anyway, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what you're doing, everything you're on, even though we already heard it, and I'm sure everybody knows your face, but let us know.
I'm Coach Ken. Thank y'all for having me. I am a personal development and relationship coach focusing on communications. And I just, I'm glad to be here. Now, you want me to say like accolades and stuff?
No, just what stuff you got?
Yeah, brag about yourself too.
But I'll be like,
Brag, because you know why? The thing is this. We don't just have anybody here. Okay. We have people that we actually we believe in, and we want them to understand this is not a free-for-all. So people that we do work with, we want to brag about you, and we want you to brag about yourself.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, I am a author. I've written 8 books. I've sold over 500,000 books. I've been on 3 TV shows, reality TV shows. Currently, relationship coach on reality show Unfaithful Caught in the Act. I have...
Wait, what's network?
MTV.
I actually do watch that show. New season?
Seen it.
Yeah.
You're on the new season?
I am. I was on season 2 and I'm on season 3.
Okay. I do enjoy watching that.
Yeah, we have fun.
You probably need it.
Tammy be cutting up.
No side.
Tammy ain't no joke. She ain't no joke. She is no joke. And I think the last thing I would probably say, like I told you guys behind the scenes, I've helped save 298 marriages. Wow. And I put thousands of people together. And at the end of the day, I believe in love, and I believe that, still believe in relationships. I still believe in marriage. I've been married 22 years. I got two lovely women who are women now, girls, and I have 6 grandkids.
Oh, wow.
He don't look like Pop Dewey, y'all. Yeah. That's what happens when you a husband and you have your shit together and you don't be out here doing no bullshit. See, look, I don't see now gray. They're going to add him to the Silver Fox crew.
No. Those dudes be smooth, though. I ain't going to even lie. Those dudes be smooth. I just ain't ready to do that. I mean,
I would do it.
Because you know what, though, Rico? But for real, though, I mean, I go to the gym every day. I used to be, long story short, let me give you something. I used to be on the show The Biggest Loser. Reality show. Wow. I used to weigh 420 pounds.
Oh, y'all know what?
Yeah. Oh. I used to weigh 420 pounds. I've lost.
What's that? So, what's that on?
175. It used to come on. You probably a little before your time. I don't know.
You don't know? I was about to say.
I know.
No, you just look super young and super beautiful.
She's like 23.
That's all.
Stop.
Oh, like 23.
It happened a long time ago. But it was on for 19 seasons.
I used to watch that show all the time. Yep.
And so now one of the ways that I stay is I work out every morning. And I was just telling my guy, one of my best friends, who is our operations director. I was telling him, we on the way down on the plane, we were just talking about weight, and we used to play football, and how a lot of our guys were getting ill, gain weight. And he was saying, the biggest loser you think it saved your life? I was like, no doubt about it.
Oh, wow. That's low.
Because on the show, I always tell people the show did not change me. I changed while I was on the show. Because my whole thing is I came to grips with who I was and how did I end up here? What is causing me? What is my relationship with food? What is my relationship with my body? All of that. And so for the last 15 years since I've been on the show, I pretty much kept it off except for during COVID, gained 40 pounds. But right after then, I just started.
How much weight did you lose on the show?
On the show, I lost right at 100 pounds.
Damn.
And, that was like 8 months,
Oh, I was about to say, how long
months.
did they have you guys recording?
Oh, no, it's your job.
Yeah.
See, I always tell people, Biggest Loser was not a weight loss show. It's a show where you lose weight.
Mm.
Different. Because it's about the drama of it all first. But then I just got the tools when I was there. They gave us doctors, trainers, everything. And I was like, what? And then I was already into psychology and because I was already coaching. I was already speaking. I'd already written 4 books. But I was like, that's how I got on the show. Because I told the producers, here I am motivating people to change their lives. But I'm a hypocrite. And I can't even motivate myself.
Damn, that's real.
And they were like, we need that. we need that. Because
Were you the person kind of like rooting even though you're like in competition with them, were you the person that was kind of like rooting your castmates on?
hell no.
Really?
No. Because see, okay, let me.
He wants to win.
Was it a competition? If somebody wins?
But I'm just joking. But
See?
let me keep it.
Jesus.
So here's I'm on both sides. I'm on both sides now. But let me tell you the explain what happened that season. That was the first. It was season 3, first season that they decided they was getting a lot of flack because they were saying anybody can lose weight. You got trainers full time. So this particular season was the first season. What they did was they had 50 people. They found 50 people. They had 250,000 applied. They had 50 people, one to represent every state. And so that season, they said, okay. And so they brought us all out there. And what they said was, okay, we're going to take 16 of you and we're going to put you on the ranch. And so they did this big buildup because you didn't know who the 16 were. Now I know how they did it. And then the rest of us, so you had to go through all of this training to see if you're going to get picked. And the rest of you, we're going to do it at home. But we're going to give you the exact same stuff that we gave them, trainers, food, everything, to show people that you could do it at home too.
So the other people who didn't go on the show but were a part of the 50, they got the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
And they were still on the show, but they didn't give as much airtime.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So I ended up not making it on the show. But so I was one of the at-home people, but I ended up getting a whole bunch of airtime anyway. Because what they did was they wanted to show people, because again, look, you think about it. Here I was, like motivational speaker, but I couldn't motivate myself. So they started following.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how that works.
Especially if you're at home proving the theory to be true with the resources, but without all of the resources.
Without me being, but that ended up, and real talk, y'all, here's what happened to me. That day they didn't pick me. I walked on the ranch. The ranch was beautiful, Thousand Oaks, California. It was miles of acreage. I walked about a mile away from everybody else, and I literally just broke down in tears. And I said, God, why did you bring me out here to deny me this opportunity? But everything that God does doesn't look like what we want it to look like. And I'm going to tell you what happened. And so I went back. They wanted to interview me because I was mad because I was like, y'all faking. No, I was like, because I realized, I'm very intuitive. I realized, wait a minute, the people that they picked, it didn't take me long. I was like, they were from the biggest states. The guy from New York actually won it that year.
Makes sense.
Supposed to get more
viewers.
Okay.
And I figured, and I was like, damn. So this was all a charade. Anyway, but you know what? That was the biggest blessing in my life. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that because I was at home, it showed me how to do it at home with your family, with you working, you're doing all of this stuff, navigating. That's why I was able to keep it off. And most of them gained it back.
Most recently,
Some of them have died.
Wow.
Rest in peace. From obesity?
Or the complications thereof. So we don't know, y'all. Everything we do, we think it's not what happens to us, it's what happens for us. And everything, if you change the way you look at things, you change what you see.
That's a fact.
Amen.
I love that.
I just say this. He a preacher.
The Bible says we all ministers of the gospel, but I cuss.
Well, we have a prompt. We have a Reddit thread.
Reddit.
Okay. Thread says, I am attracted to functional, troubled people. The women I find attractive are smart, strong women who either have some mental health issues or have some real bad stressors. They are functional and there's just something so amazing about them. I'm dating a nice girl. However, she is quite broken. I feel really bad for her and I want to be there for her. Maybe she's using me and it can be quite exhausting at times, but still I really want to help her. And the thought of leaving her would sadden her and I would feel extremely bad as a result. I want to fix her up, get her back and running, transform her to the best possible version of herself. Have you guys dated a broken girl and it worked out for you in the end?
No, fuck no. Go ahead. I'll let you know.
I want to hear what you got to say, Julie. That was a visceral reaction. Fuck no. I want to hear what you have to say. I can tell you
We
what.
heard it. Let's just expand.
Well, my thing is this. First and foremost, I feel as if two things. When you're a person who's looking or you find yourself attracted to people who are broken and trying to play hero for them, it's usually because you might have saved yourself from a space that you can resonate where they're at, or you never had somebody save you and you just trying to do what you wish somebody did for you but for others, right? I find like that principle holds true in a lot of different areas. Coaches, even myself, where I'm a coach now, and I'm a coach now because I know I didn't have the resources and I didn't have any role models in my area. But now that I'm a role model in my area, I'm just trying to be what I never had. And I feel like people do that in relationships like this guy. But the problem is when you are a healed person trying to deal with a broken person, more so because it's a project for you that you can relate to, it doesn't work more often than not because it's that person that has to do the work and it's not you. And when you're sitting here like we all heard, you could bring a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. I could give you all the tools to save yourself and help yourself, but I can't make you do the work inside. And, we hope and we pray that if I tell you what to do and I give you the answer to the test, you'll select the right ones, right? But more often than not, the same way that they damage themselves is the same way they're going to ignore the help. And it doesn't matter if it's the closest person to you or if it's somebody who is a stranger. Until that person is fed up of being where they are at, they are not able to be changed or grow, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'm not a coach and I have not saved any marriage.
As a coach, you are.
Athletic coach.
Oh, okay.
For the kids, the Pop Warner. Football coach.
You're still doing it too. You're still coaching them.
Yeah.
Because personal development starts early. See, I always tell people I'm really a personal development coach. I just focus on relationships. Everybody needs to be personal. But in that you read, I focus on 3 words. I'm always looking for 3 things. I'm always looking for the small thing. You said amazing, broken, and fixed. First of all, 3 words. You said this person is amazing. So in their brokenness, they're amazing. That's amazing to me, right? Right? And I want to fix that. So those 3 things tells me that this person has a need. And there is an inherent need, emotional need in them that needs to fix someone else, that needs to help someone else to be better because they get validated when they do that, right? And so when I find that person, that is why they keep attracting people who they have to fix, who they need to fix, I want to make them better. I want to make them better. And so what happens is, but what we don't realize is the person that has the need to make them better needs to be better, because that need in them is what's driving them. And then that need allows them to get with broken people after broken person, because they're saying, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix them. I gotta fix them because it gives me something. Now, we don't do anything. Every human being does things for one or two reasons, either because it gives them pleasure or it helps them avoid pain, right? It is giving this person pleasure to want to fix the person. But in the end, sometimes, a lot of times it doesn't work though, Rico. You know why it doesn't work? Because they realize what you just said. I can't fix you. They're gonna fix you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't figure it out till it's too late.
You know what I just thought about?
What, Rico?
It's possible.
I think it is.
It's possible that a person who has the need and they find it amazing to fix somebody that's broken could potentially not feel or have the same value for that person once they're fixed, because their love
that's so
is
true.
fixing.
Yes.
So I can't treat you with the same love when you're fixed and whole versus when you're broken, because I find you being broken amazing.
That is so profound what you just said. That is profound. Hell.
That's like Sean. Like, I agree 100%, because when the project is over, then what?
Then what?
When you build a building,
That's like them Disney movies when they take the key and they like do these little makeovers and they try to make them popular, right? And then when they're popular, they're no longer friends anymore because all the fixing is done. So now they get different friends.
Yeah.
Because now I can't get my need met.
Yep.
I have this emotional need, and there's a book I read that is amazing, called His Needs, Her Needs. And in this book, I've read it 3 times, but I realized something, that when relationships fail, right? So let's say we're in a relationship, right? I was looking at Rico, but I wasn't gonna say we was in a relationship. No.
Thank you.
Y'all see why I turned? We in a relationship, right? So in our relationship, what the relationship essentially is an unwritten contract that says, I am going to meet your emotional need. That's what the written contract. And y'all ever notice how when the relationship go awry, what'd you say? They ain't meet my needs no more. They're not meeting my needs, right? And so this unwritten contract simply says that if you and I are in a relationship, my goal is to attempt to meet your emotional need. When the person ceases to believe that you want to meet their emotional needs, you know what they say? I'm out.
Yeah,
that's what they say. Because now whether it's real or imaginary, they believe that you no longer want to meet their needs. Now the problem with that is the other person may not even know what your needs are. And if you've never communicated what those needs are, how can they know?
They can't.
How can they know?
absolutely.
That's just my thing.
So my perspective is exactly yours. And that was actually going to be my question to you is, what does that person, the person who needs that validation, what is their work? Because they're looking for something, and I'm gonna read this, but I want to ask the question first. Like, they're looking for something, they're looking for the validation or what have you, but what is the work that they need to do to fill that void that makes them desirous of having to fix other people? You know, because they're just looking like, oh, I'm a good person, I want to help, I'm a capture save a hole, blah blah blah. You know, like
Yo,
but I'm just saying.
stayed at the table, baby. I'm a captain. We are.
Because we can obviously, or we can identify what's wrong with a broken person, but we don't know what's wrong with that other person who wants to help, who is obviously broken as well, but they don't identify themselves as broken.
True. Are you asking me?
No, that's just the question.
Okay.
Marinate 1 second.
All right.
But I'm going to read this real quick. It says a rescuer complex, also known as a savior complex or white knight syndrome, is a psychological condition that causes people to feel compelled to help vulnerable people. People with rescuer complexes may seek out people they think need help, sacrifice their own personal needs to help others, believe they're better than others because they help people. They're emotionally dependent on the people that they're trying to help. They feel good about themselves only when helping others. So there's that validation piece that you were talking about. And they believe helping others is their purpose, and they often become burnout trying to fix others.
You know, when I saw the prompt, I did think about the complex that we talked about last week, but it wasn't called rescue complex. What was it called? It's
Similar.
Yeah.
Probably the same definition.
So just given, these characteristics, my question is, that person is obviously, they're deficient in some way.
Yeah.
And if there's someone out here that we can connect with, how do we identify? I wouldn't want someone to know, how do you identify the fact that, oh, you think everybody else broke, you want to help them. But in fact, there's something that
something about you that makes you want to help.
Exactly.
Want to fix.
Or fix people, yeah.
Well,
So I just want to make sure you're done.
No,
So we're all broken in some form or another. And what I mean by broken, I don't mean because healing is a lifetime, right? And we all want to be better versions of ourselves. There are pieces of all of us. Now, the difference with the people, some of us reflect and say we need to get better, and some of us don't. See, the thing is, we all need to get better in some area of our life, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's a process that I go through, right? And the first process is self-reflection. Self-reflection is when I look at me and I look at how I ended up where I am. How do I have these thoughts? What is it about me? And then once I self-reflect, I become self-aware. Self-aware is, oh, this is what I do. This is why I do it. And then the third part is I develop a new self-concept. A self-concept is the picture I have about me, okay? Now, this is what, and to answer your question, I'll go back. And then the fourth stage is self-acceptance. The problem is this, is some people who are doing these things are unwilling. If you ask them, they're unwilling to self-reflect. They think just because I'm helping other people, ain't shit wrong with me. Okay? And so, but when you self-reflect of why I do this, then you become self-aware, then you realize my self-concept, the picture I have of myself is not based on me. It is based on the things that I do. Get this, y'all. Get this. Now, who you are will always outlive what you do. But how many of us base our self-concept on what we do? I got a Cullinan out there. I got a Rolls Royce. I make this amount of money. Now, what happens when all that goes away? Now my self-concept is altered. It's fucked up. Now my self-concept is not based in anything valuable because I attached it to what I do or what I have. And that's what I try to get people to do. That let's separate you from what you do. Because if I wasn't Coach Ken, Ken is still a nice motherfucker now. Let's be honest. All right? He's still nice. Yeah. He's still a great father. He's still a great husband. He's still a great friend. Beyond all of the people that I've helped, beyond all of the money that I've made, beyond all of that, if you take all of that away, because this came to me years ago when I went bankrupt. I was this whiz kid on CNN, QVC, Home Shopping Network. I sold more product on QVC in 19 minutes than they sold that entire hour. I thought I was big shit. I was young. And I based my self-concept on what I did. And when all of that went away, when we went bankrupt, when the feds came and got all my computers, came and got all my desk and everything, my self-worth was tied to that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I was supposed to be delete that last week.
Damn.
I just didn't say that the way you said it, but thank you. I've been looking for the words to tell these people, and you just put it in such an elegant way. Eloquent,
They both.
right?
They both work.
Yeah. That. Thank you for being. Remember, I told you sometimes I don't have the
Right, no,
to say things. I just let people figure it out or critique.
No.
Well, now I'm gonna take that, put that in my back pocket because it'll end up on my Instagram page. I'll credit you. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you got a big following. Just credit.
Yeah, I'm like, I've been looking
Everybody
for
like, yeah,
ways to
Gucci,
say
you
it.
said that shit? Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, man.
Rico Hundo said it? Okay, yeah, that's my guy now.
Yeah, I'm really big on paying homage and showing where it came from, because we gotta make sure that we understand that we don't know it all, and the only way that we know so much is because we learn from each other, right?
I'm always
I always want to pay homage and respect to the source. That's just how I am. But go ahead, Erin. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, just be faking and acting like stuff is there.
All of a sudden, it started acting like they created it. Like
it's there.
They do that. I don't want to do that.
So my question is this, and I don't even know if you have ever even considered this, but like, do you think that is an American thing, that we associate so much who we are with what we do? One more thing, 2 parts. And when it comes to men and women, that perception, who does it affect the most?
I think it is a cultural thing. And I think in America, we have, think about it, we have perpetuated this image of what success is. And it is money in the bag, which is, all of that is great. Driving the nicest cars, and we got all the jewelry and stuff, and nothing wrong with any of that. Nothing wrong with any of that. But I think we have perpetuated that in our culture, so that now kids, you got kids, they will rob people to get it. They will do, because this image means so much. Now, yes, I do think it's a cultural. The second thing was, your second question was what now?
Just how does it affect the sexes? Even when it comes to relationships, when it comes to a marriage,
True.
like do you think that when you apply that concept, and those who rely on what they do and what they have as what makes them, who does that more, and I'll actually say more detrimentally, not even just affect people, like who does that affect more detrimentally?
Wow, that's a good question. From a dating perspective or a relationship perspective?
Whatever you think.
See, and the reason I say that is because, let's think about it, y'all. Okay, I'll give you a prime example. If women did not exist, would men go try to buy Cullinan?
No.
Maybe not, I guess.
I would say 0.0001%.
Would men have a gold chain on if women did exist? Now, I want you to think about what I'm asking y'all. Would men try to, get their bodies right? I mean, would they? More than likely, no, because what we're doing is we know that women are attractive. Would you get, if just women were around, would you get your hair cut, nails done? Women, honestly, you might. If it was just women, I don't know. Would you?
I feel like I would, but I was also thinking that about men, because I think that even if women didn't exist, men low-key be competing with each other.
Men partner with each other more than compete with each other.
And I'm thinking that specifically when he asked about the cars, and I'm like, do they get cars for bitches, or do they have cars to say that they have a better car than the next man?
Listen,
Right.
let me.
But, my bad.
Go ahead.
But to say I have a better car than the next man, it's when you get
bitches. I was gonna say that. Yeah. I was gonna say it's not bitches, though.
In my thoughts, I was thinking that as well.
that nigga got a Toyota.
I didn't say nothing.
This is a Cullinan.
Right. It's more than bitches.
Yeah.
I mean, Just
to be honest, we probably would never. Let's be real. We built the Cullinan. We probably wouldn't even have built the shit.
You probably wouldn't have. Everybody got a pickup truck. I mean, we're going to go get the wood to build a house. I mean, and the reason I say that is because who does it hurt most is what your question was.
Mm-hmm.
I think it hurts us all.
Because of the effect.
Yeah, because of the effect. But I think it also helps us. I think it also helps us too. And you might say, well, how does it help us? I think it helps us bring out a part of us that maybe we didn't know was in us. Because a lot of us strive for stuff. We didn't know that we had the ability to, I didn't know I had the ability to have 1.2 million followers unless I'm striving to do it. But I'm striving because my wife, because she encourages me, and I told her I'm going to build this. She was like, damn it, build it. Let's go build it. And I feel like I can jump off the roof. Because if she wasn't around, like, I ain't building shit. I'm going to just go to my room and I'm going to eat this, whatever. I'm just saying. And so I think it can hurt us in perspective. I think it also can help us too. And I don't ever want to look at just one side of it because there is a cause and effect to everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's always everything. Like I look at when I went bankrupt years ago. The bad side, I went bankrupt, I lost everything that came out. But the good thing is that helped me to become the man I am today. One of the best experiences I ever had. Now I can manage business. I can grow business because I knew what I did wrong. So I go back to what I said earlier. If you change the way you look at things, you change what you see. If you, I looked at first.
One more time, Pastor. Come on now.
Pastor.
It's a pastor.
Pastor. Well, go. Wow. That's a compliment. I don't know if I can walk in those shoes. But I will say, I said, if you change the way you look at things, you change what you see. Because see, at first when I went bankrupt, Rico, I'm like, everybody talk shit about me. I'm like, God, how did I end up here? All of that. But all of a sudden, when I begin to look at it differently, I'm like, wait a minute. I asked myself a question, and this is how I started to change people. Is it possible that what I experienced could be good for me or could be good for others? When you ask the question, your brain goes to another place to say, it could be possible. That was when I got up and I said, I'm going to write my first book. I wrote my first book, God, I Ain't Trying to Hear All. That was my first book.
Great title.
Because at the time, God was trying to show me, look, you got the talent to build it, but you ain't got the character to keep it. I
was here about the border.
No, that's
Our
what
viewers are going to be like, there was a pastor that 1 week.
No, seriously. My buddy I can't take credit for that. My buddy told me, he said, yo, Ken, you had the talent to build it, but you didn't have the character to keep it. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. My friend over there, my best friend over there, he's my operations director. But when I went through this, and I tell everybody, I had a custom vault. Like, it was brand new. Back then, an 850. At that time, I had customed it out. They built it from the factory, and it was black with tan seats. I had custom suits back then, everything custom. And I remember when I lost everything, everybody abandoned me, except for that man and my current wife. And I just sat there and cried. I'm like, how did I end up here? And so this is what happened. But then all of a sudden, when I reframe, there's a technique that I teach people. It's called reframing things that happen to you. So I begin to reframe it to say, wait a minute, this that happened, I could turn it into something good. That's when I knew how to build it. I know how to keep it, but I could teach other people how to build a business at 23, at 24, 25. And then when I reframed it, my brain began to accept it. I want y'all to hear this. A belief is nothing more than a thought. A belief is a thought or a statement that you accept as true. So a belief is a thought or a statement you accept as true. So before that day, I didn't accept the belief, the thought that it could be good, that I accepted it, and it became my belief. Now, 8 books later, 500,000 books later, that day I sat in my house with the windows drawn, they repoed my car, so I didn't have a car.
The Volvo, that's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Custom, where's that custom Volvo now?
The custom Volvo. Listen, and I gotta tell y'all something. It's people that will help you. I remember they were looking for the car, and I was hiding it at the time. And so I called the lady. I said, listen, ma'am, and I was young. I said, listen, they gonna reap. I know they looking for the car. And I told her these words. I never forget it. I didn't believe it. I just said it. I'm gonna rebuild one day. I said, if I turn this car in, is there any way you will not put a repo on my credit? And this lady, black lady, I knew the voice. She said, and let me tell you how I knew. She said, listen, baby. You know what I'm saying? She said, listen, baby. I said, oh. She said, listen, baby, this is what I want you to do. She said, you take the car up to the dire Volvo, and you leave the keys under the mat and just park it in front of the service. It was like 9, 10 at night. Just park it there, right? And she said, let me take it to rest. And out of all that, I never got a repo on my credit.
Shout out to you.
She was like, baby, that's how I knew she was black. When she said, baby, I said, okay.
Wait, you see answer the phone and says, hello.
It changed.
Oh, she was cold
I need to help this black man.
Yeah. But she could hear the anguish in my voice because I told her I'm going to build this again. And I said, I made some mistakes, but I'm going to come back one day. She said, okay, baby, I'm going to help. I don't know that woman's name, but I just know the impact that she had on me.
Miss Betty.
Miss Betty.
We're just gonna call her Betty. I don't know. That's one of my auntie names, so I feel like.
But I think that's important. Like, in that story, I think a lot of times, and I've done it myself, I think most people do it. When they go through the fire, they'll keep on trying to run around it. And all you gotta do is face it. And you'll be surprised how easy it is to get through it once you just face it. And I think that's the thing that you did. It takes a lot of encouragement. It takes a lot of just a lot of acceptance. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to stop resisting what's going on to say, you know what? This is the issue. This is the truth. This is my current reality. And then I believe in God. God then put the right pieces in place to try to help you throughout the situation.
I believe that.
Because God forbid you didn't do that, you probably have a different outcome.
I believe that. I truly believe. There was a movie, you talk about movies. I got to watch that movie that you said, y'all.
Don't look up.
Don't look up. There's a movie called The Butterfly Effect. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it.
Great movie.
Great. Was it great?
Great movie.
The Butterfly Effect changed how I look at anything.
Oh, I need to go back.
Yeah, great.
That movie helped me to look at life differently because everything we do has a cause and effect. And what happened, long story short, I want you to watch it. But if you ever watch it, they did something that caused somebody some harm, right? And they didn't mean to. They didn't want to. But they went back and played out had they done something different each time. And each time, the outcome, there was always some adversity in it. Always. And I was like, wow. And so that made me say, you know what? Everything we do, there's a cause and effect for it. Everything. And so had I not done that, do I believe it would be different? Sure. I don't know how, but I believe it would. Can we get people to see that less is more? If I try to accumulate less, have less, that in the end, that I'll be more or I have more. I think we're fighting an uphill battle. You know why? Because we have a culture that says more is more.
Yeah.
And in this culture, we are conditioning people to believe that more is more until you've had more and you realize, don't nobody really give a shit about what I got. They talking about me anyway. Is the people who are around me just because I have something? that's not real. And you don't realize that only wisdom brings you that. Age, wisdom, experience. Because a lot of times when we get, like I look at Floyd Mayweather. I'll give you an example. Every one of his posts, he got money just hanging around. I mean, he just throwing money. He's throwing money. Somebody throwing money in there. And I'm like, and I look at the post, and I'm like, here's a man who's made hundreds of millions of dollars. Why does he need to show us money every time? Why? Because there is something about that he needs validation. Even though he's one of the greatest boxers ever. And one of the greatest boxers ever, but I got to keep showing you money. And so what I'm saying is we're in a society who rewards, validates, prop up people who we think have more. So it would be an uphill battle to tell a person, especially a young person, that less is more. When they're looking at people who they think are happy.
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, and the last thing I was just going to say is that when you get to a point where you realize that happiness is not something I can manufacture. It comes from the inside, but we're looking at external things to give us internal satisfaction. And it will never happen.
Ever.
But that was my point. So
Yeah.
Alan was talking about how we are kind of like subconsciously, or Alan mentioned how we subconsciously practice being unattached, right? I don't think everybody, but for example, like you unattach yourself to people's emotions throughout the process of helping them, rebuild or rekindle their relationships. And there is an old saying from Wayne Dyer, and he says, remain attached to nothing but open to everything.
I love it.
And that's the key.
all right, real.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that Rego. Look, so that's the deacon. No, I'm a pastor. He's a deacon. He's a deacon, right? He on the deacon board.
I'm just working my way up. You know what I'm saying? I know, but I
Been changed. You know I know.
But I think it's important, and I think that people it's easier said than done.
Sure.
1,000%.
Right? It's easy to say don't be attached to the person who broke your heart and shattered your dreams. Right? It's easy to say don't be attached to all the money that you put into a company and you had to dissolve it. Right? It's easy to say don't be attached to these things, but it's important to understand that, just like you were just saying, everything that you're attached to is external. Nothing that you're attached to is who you are inside. It's not your morals, not your principles. And that's why we usually lose identity. And I think it actually is a detriment to men and women in our culture. You take these people in third world countries and they might see things now because now they probably got iPhones and they got Instagram. But prior to them seeing and comparing, they were living.
I know it's droids.
It's droids.
I'm a droid guy.
But Samsung actually just was named the number one smartphone in the world now.
Of course it would.
They just beat out iPhone.
No shock.
No shot.
Even though I like iPhone.
Number one phone is a Hawaiian.
No, I do. She said, even though I like iPhone.
But my message is do go green. That's why I don't even be like texting Erin sometimes. No, she got one phone with fake numbers. She gave me her customer number. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah. I be like, I don't want to text this number that shows up on screen.
I just want to tell you about something. You know the thing I was so hoping for? So I watched the episode when you and my dude was going at it.
Push dude.
The dude who was talking.
Well, you already know. What are you talking about?
Yo, listen. I was like, she gonna be my friend. Ain't no way. I ain't saying it was a dude who was talking about, men and women. He was sitting, I guess, right here.
I know you talking about.
Yeah. And I ain't never seen you. I seen you go off like two times. The other time you was like, no, y'all shut up.
Probably
It's
going off on Rico.
No, there was some ladies. It was ladies.
Okay.
And one time it was a reel when you was like, no, he keep cheating y'all like shit, and y'all are stupid.
Yeah.
I was like, Yo, she was beside her something. I was like, dang, I want to meet her. No joke. I just said that.
That's fucking hilarious.
You know, but I'm not afraid of saying I've been stupid. However, I like to share that.
Why you don't tell them stories? I ain't never heard no story like that.
I mean, because I'm gonna be honest, my stupid on the next episode. Now, I'll be honest, my stupid ain't y'all stupid.
My stupid is
Like
here.
it still started in y'all.
Like real deep type stupid.
No, meaning like
This is y'all stupid. Yeah, but my stupid is still up here.
I'll say it like this: like I grew up with brothers only.
Okay.
All my cousins I grew up with, like in my, you have like different cousins. You have like the older ones, the younger ones, the middle ones, and the young ones. I grew up with like the youngest of the oldest. So, and they were all boys. My mom has no sisters. My dad only has one sister. Like, so a lot of the energy in my family growing up was male. And so, I was put on game. And I don't even want to say it like that, but like, it was always, we looking out for Erin. Make sure Erin knows, don't mess with these kind of dudes. Make sure Erin knows, blah, 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 whatever. And so I feel like because that was just always impressed upon me, I don't even know if it was intentionally or because I was the youngest or I was the only girl or whatever, but it was always, that was the theme. And so I feel like I avoided a lot of stuff. A lot of my female friends went through, because I used to be like, God damn, how did you do that? Like, what? Like, that's
How'd that make sense?
no. But I mean, I never said it, but in my mind, I would just be like, yo, that was dumb as fuck. Like, you put yourself in that situation.
Oh, dumb as fuck.
But again, I sort of I value and I appreciate what the men in my life have put into me, because it is 100% allowed an opportunity for me to avoid so many pitfalls.
That's good.
And that's why I'm saying my dumb ain't y'all done. That's all. But I have been dumb. And
Now, some people got a different kind of dumb.
Yeah.
No, they got a different.
D dumb.
They got a different
Capital D.
But
See, this
They got the no B dumb. You dumb.
exactly.
But that was all I wanted to say.
Do you think that
Normally I would say you are, but I like our guest.
so
I told you I was gonna make you friends with Erin. Did I tell you? Told you that.
you know what that means to the other guests? But so what we do with our guests is we have 3 icebreaker questions that we ask all of our guests.
Oh shit.
I mean, you already had the icebreaker, but it's going to.
Broke the ice shoes.
These aren't too crazy.
Scared.
We'll go ahead and let Amanda ask the first one.
Okay.
Because it's simple. It's simple. When you go out to a bar, you've been gone. This is my question now. When you go out, what's your go-to question? She's all confused because that's her question.
Oh, you said you've been going to her. Oh.
That was your question.
Yeah, it's definitely my question.
Oh shit! I was like,
You and Erin.
I was about to ask you, what do you know about him that we don't? Like, when she said you've been gone, I was like,
Yeah, turn her head.
That's it. I say when you get home. She talking about when you go out.
Yeah, because I don't think it's the same thing when you go out. What do you drink?
A little. When I go to the cigar bar, when I own wine, I have a membership at a cigar bar. I love getting with my partners, and so because you think about it, y'all, I got thousands of people who tell me about their problems every single. Right. So when I go out, I'm gonna go get me a little, a gentleman Jack and Coke, or maybe Basil 8 on the rock.
Is that what you drink at home?
Yeah. Or my wife want me to drink Apple Crown, and she got blue blackberry Crown. I don't like
No,
that.
she like sweet stuff.
Apple Crown used to be the
Yeah.
Apple Crown.
My Apple Crown, Rico. My Apple Crown is me. You give her the Apple Crown. You be like, drink this.
I ain't gonna lie, right?
Hey, drink this.
I had my uncle. my uncle put me on game. He was a correctional. Well, yeah, he was a correctional officer at the time, and he would give me PBA cards in exchange for a bottle. So every time I got pulled over, and because I was his nephew, so so every time I got pulled over and let's say I was speeding or something, and they took my little PBA card, I'd be like, Unc, I need a new one. He goes, all right. He was always on the Ciroc pineapple. Then he switched up. He said, I want Apple Crown. And I said, what the fuck? All right. So I got him an Apple Crown. And then he's like, have you ever had some? I said, no. He's like, all right, I'm about to put you on. So he poured a little bit in the cap. I had some of the Apple Crown. I said, oh.
I didn't cap. Wait, is this on your daddy's side? Your daddy?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Black people.
10 words.
And then I drank Apple Crown for a long time. So I'm not mad at it, Apple Crown, a little bit of a splash of ginger ale. It's a good drink, man.
No. Apple Crown is like, but I don't just too sweet.
It is sweet, yeah.
Got to check Apple Crown, Crown Royale, whatever. We need that.
Yeah.
Royale.
Good old Hennessy. I mean, you from the South. A hen dog.
And dog, we got the dog. And niggas start barking out of nowhere, like.
But no, that's what I do when I unwind, because I don't get a chance to unwind a lot, but that's what I do when
I have a question, follow up. What is you and your wife?
Yes.
Y'all just at the house.
Oh yeah.
Trying to steal my question.
You come home on a Wednesday. She's trying to switch it up.
Oh, if I come home on the Wednesday, same thing, because we've got all kinds of stuff. Because I'm going to get some kind of something like Jameson.
Okay, so little J-Mo.
And then so I built her deck out back, real nice deck, and so we go out there.
With your own hands?
Hell no. No. I hired the people. I told you. I told you people. I don't even cut grass. I like no. I hire somebody, but we go out there, and then I smoke a cigar, and then I might drink Jameson. She'll drink the Apple Crown, and then we just relax.
You enjoy the deck.
Yeah.
I got you.
I thought you. Did it sound like she said you enjoyed the dick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That down south.
I enjoyed my dick, yes. Out there on the deck, but she don't really want to do it out in the back. But I'm just saying.
On the deck.
Down the deck. Ooh, that sounds like she said you enjoy your dick.
Stutter and hesitation.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying.
No.
You enjoy the dick?
Yeah, you got it.
It's my own dick. Yeah. Yes, I enjoy it.
Your has an E and an I in it. You just got to use the E.
No, I got you.
Might as well ask the other question since.
What is it?
All right, I'll ask.
Like, I don't know. I only know one question.
It's the only one I know.
All right, so another question is, dead or alive, you have the opportunity to have dinner with anybody. Who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I've asked myself that question, and I've never answered it, but I'm gonna answer it today. So I would say, looking at where I am in my life, I want to meet somebody who can help me grow my business. Alex Hormozy. I know that sounds crazy, but that's who I would want to have. That's who I would want to have dinner with, because he could grow my company to where we want to grow. Help me.
Who is he?
Yeah, Alex Hormozy is he runs a company called, I've read his books. He runs a company called acquisition.com. He builds and sells companies, and he wrote a book called Make More Offers. I think it was Make More Offers, or $100 million offers. I'm sorry. And I just been fascinated by the way that he grows companies. And I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and it's like a game to me. And I want to just keep growing it. And because at the end of the day, I want to help people who work with me. I want to help them fulfill their dreams financially. And the funny thing about it is, I like money. I don't love money, but I love the idea of being able to empower people and being able to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
So that's who I would do. I just answered that first time ever.
That's great. All right, well, I'm about to say, Alex, you heard Make it happen.
Make that happen, Alex.
Making me want to read the book.
happens.
I want to.
Yeah, make that happen. So I'm listening to his video on my phone. I'm listening to his video. He said, and in the video on his YouTube channel, 13 things that I've learned being in business. So on the way up here, I'm listening to it, and it's just his thought process. I'm like, wow, it is so profound. And when I look at it and look at how I think and how I've been growing, I'm like, I'm gonna change some stuff. And we've been blessed. We've been growing. My company is growing at a fast pace, but we can really grow exponentially if I just, if we as a team start just looking at a few things differently. So he's helped me do that.
That's great. I have one more question because I highly doubt they're gonna ask it. Erin don't know any other questions, and Amanda's scared of this question. But I already know your answer. But
Me too.
right, but we're just gonna ask it anyways.
Okay.
God forbid, this is a hypothetical.
Okay.
You only have 24 hours left on this earth.
Okay.
You get the opportunity to have an intimate sexual encounter with anybody. Who would it be? You have a Gemini at home.
I'm not. I'm having sex with my wife. But listen,
There you go.
I'm gonna be like, look, I ain't got for 24 hours. Go and suck me out real good. I mean, look, so I can,
On my last minute.
First of all, that was the best wife answer that we've got. Actually, it was the best.
no, but if I only had 24 hours to live, that's where I want to spend it.
So that's what I said. It doesn't make any sense to like be with somebody new. It makes sense to like know what you know is gonna work and somebody that's gonna work with you and give you the absolute best experience you can have.
See, the thing is with me, is like I like new endeavors.
Look at Rico.
Who would you, Rico? Who would you do?
Y'all already know.
I want to know though.
That's my dog.
J-Lo.
Oh, J-Lo?
And she played her.
Oh, J-Lo?
Anything for Selena.
She played Selena.
Shout out to everybody in Texas. Y'all know what it is. I've been trying to wear this since
Oh, that's, oh,
yeah.
Selena.
Yeah. The legend.
They can't hear you. The mic is over there.
People wouldn't exist if Selena was still around.
Oh, so
Wow.
Nah, but like,
she would have added so much. Yeah.
She was
is she from Texas?
Amazing.
yeah.
Oh.
Dope. And that
She's amazing.
She from Texas too?
no, this year is supposed to be her. No. Yeah, she's supposed to be paroled.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's been a while.
It's been a minute now. How long?
But we're 20 years. At least.
It's been 20 years.
No,
'Cause I
it
can't-
was at least.
When I would think I might have been 5 when I saw Selena.
Yeah, it was.
And that was in 98.
I 100% remember it. Like yeah,
Didn't she die in like
I remember I couldn't understand.
around that.
Yeah, she died in 95.
Nah, she gonna go in the, she just gonna be anonymous.
She better.
She gonna be anonymous and
I mean, because anything for Selena, I'm telling y'all, I know where she not gonna be.
Yo, Selena was
She gonna be in Texas.
Yo,
no. She's not gonna be in Texas.
She better go to Boston.
I'm sure she's not gonna be.
Boston. She better go to Maine.
Or she may go hook up with Russell in Bali. You're going to Bali. It be her, Diddy,
No way.
and Russell all in Bali.
Yo.
And they be like, come on, man.
Because everything know what Yolanda look like. We know Yolanda.
Wow.
She might look different now. She might. This been.
She's changed, but
I mean, but she gonna.
somebody gonna find her
Yeah,
now.
I imagine she.
Make no doubt about it. They gonna find her.
I mean, I think.
Maybe
I
Bob.
honestly think if she did get paroled, she probably would be fine. I don't think nothing's gonna happen to her.
I don't know.
There might be one fan
Yeah.
that be like this.
I ain't gonna lie. When that was one thing.
Fans.
When Selena happened, I remember I was crying as a kid. Really? Yeah, but I was crying because everybody was crying. I'm like, what is we crying about here?
We're just crying. Everybody's crying.
But I understand it gotta be bad because everybody out here crying.
Rico, like my mom is crying.
I watched the movie and I was like, I would never forget because ever since that movie, I could never understand how your own friend can do that to you. I ain't gonna lie, I probably developed my trust issues.
It's crazy.
Like, yo, I can't trust nobody. Like my best friend hating on me, trying to kill me. The snub nose.
It's crazy. I want to just open up the topic. I kind of wanted to go back to something you said about what you do professionally, like helping people and saving marriages. And it takes a lot of energy.
It does.
And it takes emotionally, mentally, a lot from you. And in my mind, I associate that with like friends I have who are family attorney. And that's related to our question. So, but I want to get your response first. Like, what is it that keeps you going to be doing something to save people's marriages and X, Y, and Z, but it's so draining on you?
What keeps me going is, number one, I've learned how to disconnect emotion. Because here's the thing, I can't help you in your relationship if I'm emotionally connected. And what I do is emotionally disconnect, because I'm not, you hurt and you cry, okay? I want you to get it out. I always tell people, cry till you stop, right? But my thing is, I'm looking for like a doctor. You might be crying, I'm about to die. The doctor don't give a fuck about that. He's looking at, okay, this is what I got to do to fix this heart. This is what I got to, and that's the way I look at it. I look at it, this is what I got to do to fix the relationship. So how do we get here? All right, and so I take them down a road. They're all emotional, but I'm not. I'm looking for small things that create a big impact. You heard the saying, small hinges swing big door. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the small things. How did we end up here? Why did you fall in love? What did they do before? When you were young, who told you this? What did mom and them say to you? I'm looking for all of that. And so for me, I don't get emotionally about it. The second thing is, when your brain gets fatigued, like mine does sometimes, often, I gotta withdraw. That's what my wife does. She's like, y'all ain't gonna kill my dad. And she was like, it's time for you to stop. And that's why I have good people around me, who, my team, now that I have a team, and I thank God for that, because we have to have the revenue to be able to have a team like I do, I let them do what they do. And they protect me so that I can do what I do. And that's how that's how I'm able to do that. And so I know how to disconnect. And then I guess the last thing is, I realize I can't help everybody. I cannot help everybody. So, because I can, I help those I can.
I kind of hate this I guess old cliche quote. It's too good to be true, always real. Or are you self-sabotaging?
Okay.
Or not you, per se.
No.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
person says it's too good to be true. Where do you think that comes from?
In my opinion, it's self-sabotaging because they don't believe that it can happen. It can be real. They are deserving. So I always felt like when people say, oh, it's too good to be true, that's because
their high failure rate.
that's the statement they chose to believe.
Well, let's
99% right there.
I think there's certain things that does too good to be true, like, you know,
Because it's a scam.
because it's a scam.
yeah.
That is different. Yeah, like, yeah. Come on, you had 17 red flags. It was never true.
You know, when a
It's
person
because they're from Atlanta.
when a person says it's too good to be true, why do they say that? They say that as a prelude. So think about it. It's a prelude to my brain accepting what's about to happen next.
Yep.
So when I say it's too good to be true, it's either a prelude to self-sabotage, a prelude to something, me creating the environment that it doesn't work. But all I'm doing is conditioning my mind for what happens next.
Manifesting it.
Well, it's like a padding. You're like,
No, because if something bad does happen after that, it's like, oh, well, I knew it was.
Well, I knew it was going to work. What I knew was going to happen.
I told everybody. You know what I'm saying?
So,
yesterday.
Dummy. With no B.
We loved having you. This was a great, great, great episode. So
thank you so much.
whenever you're in town or in the area, could come through because we would love to have you again.
Oh, thank you.
Another great episode. And we can continue this conversation about self-sabotaging. But you can let them know where they can find you, Instagram, any other social media platforms that you're on, and if you have anything coming up.
You can find me at Coach Ken Canion, Canion, on all of the platforms. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And what I got coming up, I created a relationship academy, and I'm growing. But the thing let me take this time to just say one thing. When I started this conversation, I told you guys that the number one reason that relationships fail is because of uncommunicated expectation and needs. Okay, that's the number one. Not infidelity, it's not finances. It's because I have a need or an expectation, but I never communicate, right? So I'm a communication specialist. That's what I'm great at. So 8 months ago, 9 months ago now, I wanted to help people communicate better because inside of my academy, the people I'm helping them get better relationships, they're getting in relationships, they're getting married because they can communicate better. So what I did was when AI came out, I hired a developer. and my whole idea was, can I create a AI software that could teach people to communicate like me, right? That could be like a communication coach in your pocket. So if you wanted to know, say your husband hurt your feelings, let's say he hurt your feelings, and you didn't want to be in your masculine energy,
Not like
you didn't want to be. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna let him eat. I ain't the one. Right?
No, I know. But I'm just saying. But you could type in. I want to tell my husband how he hurt my feelings,
That's dope.
and it would spit out exactly how to say it.
That's dope.
And so I created it. It took me 8 months to create it. And it's called Pocket Communication Coach. PocketCommunicationCoach.com. And so the reason I took it even further, if you're dating, let's say we're dating, and you don't know what questions to ask, or you want to tell the person something sensitive or whatever, well, they're not making you a priority. I got dating. I got relationships. Now I have friends and family. So, because you want to say something to mama then, but you don't know mama is you want to respect mama, but you want to know how to say it. Or your sister. Or your friend. How many relationships fail? You and your friend, y'all been friends for 20 years. And now y'all fall out and don't talk. So I created that. And then I created for parents, parenting and co-parent. Like parents want to talk to their children, but they don't know how to say it. Because children think you don't know what you talk. But what about you and a co-parent? So I created this software. Y'all, it is taking off around the country. What I would say, any of y'all, try it.
I need it for my.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so
I actually just started
girl, you
getting
got me
into
fucked
AI
up in a nice way.
right now. For real.
How I'm gonna tell my girl, you got me fucked up in a nice way. You got me, and I want some emotion in this.
I know. I did a class last night on gaslighting, and she said that I use the Pocket Communication Coach literally every day. Oh, and one more thing in the workplace. You want to tell your boss something? You want to tell your peers something? I got a workplace. All of those I have in there.
Emails about to get spicy.
He got me fucked up.
Put it there. And look, I always tell people, give it all the information. Just like you were talking to your girl. Yeah, he got me fucked up. He had me out here doing this and this, all this stuff. And you know what it's going to say? Because when I told the program, I said, we have to program it where three things. It can't be aggressive. It can't be,
Yeah, I need that.
it can't.
You know how like they got the different types of AI that generate words, and they be like expert, persuasive. There's like 4 different ones. I need an aggressive one.
It won't be.
What?
It ain't doing aggressive. It can't be aggressive.
I'm aggressive.
Combative, but it had to articulate your point.
Assertive. There we
It
go.
had to articulate your point. And y'all try it out. PocketCommunicationCoach.com. You got a 3-day trial. Send as many emails you want.
Office too.
But give it as. But when you put it in, give it as much information. Like you talking to me or your girlfriend, and put it and see what happens.
I just have a question. So when I'm like going off, I be like,
Okay. He probably won't use the N word. He probably won't use.
Let's put a ninja emoji.
You can type it in.
If you put
Yes.
ninja,
Got me fucked.
Yo.
sorry, ain't nothing in that glass.
You
Ain't
gotta cut, y'all.
nothing in there.
I'm gone, man. I'm sorry, Alan.
No, that's dope. Cause I think we all have some personal relationship that's not our partner where we, there's trouble communicating.
Yeah, and we just got it. We just launched it 4 months ago, and we got over 500 subscribers now, and it's growing every single month.
Does the intelligence change as more people are like?
Oh yeah, they got the new Chat GPT.
Yeah.
But here's the most important thing. I didn't realize that I had to program it to communicate like me, because I was just thinking, oh yeah, you just develop that shit, man. You have that shit.
Where's the brain coming
Like,
from?
well, coach, I'm going to need you to tell me. I was like this. I was looking like this. Oh, yeah, you got me fucked up. I was like, hours upon hours. I'm like, all right, see it. Like,
Yeah, that's where.
yeah.
For sure.
But we got it though. We got it.
That's great. I'm gonna try it out tonight.
All right.
Okay, so again, it was great having you. We're closing up, guys. You guys already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media platforms and continue to support us. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. I love it. I finally got away to the table.